Camping is a good way to reduce stress from the rush of city life by replacing the stress from school or work with the calming effect of bird sound, the sound of waves crashing on the beach, and the wind in the trees. When taking a camping trip in the nature, it's important to be careful and to be aware of potential dangers and hazards you may face. According to the data from the U.S. National Park Service, 120 to 140 people typically die at the U.S. national parks each year between 2005 to 2014. Although the number is low when there are 280 million visitors, it is still important to be cautious when venturing into nature, especially since many of the biggest dangers are things you might not normally think about. It is important to be aware of the possible hazards you could face while enjoying nature and to prepare for them. Don't Just Sit in the Tent is a turn-based board game designed for 3 to 5 players and lasts around 30 minutes depending on the number of the players. It is a competitive game with one winner, but players can choose to collaborate with each other to earn extra advantage. In the game, players will play as campers who travel between 3 different areas: forest, seaside, and cave. Their goal is to collect all photos from each area and be the first player to come back to the base. On the way of exploring these areas, players may face different potential dangers that may influence players to achieve their goal. So before players start exploring, they need to make different decisions such as the route they choose to go, the item they want to bring with them, and explore as a team or explore individually. Each of these decisions should be considered carefully because it may have a huge impact on the result of the game.
At the start of the game, the player can choose the equipment to travel the route they want to explore. The player can also negotiate with other players and complement each other's in choosing equipment to avoid more significant risk. Then, roll dice to determine the number of steps forward. Finally, players can try different routes according to their playstyle, and then return to the camp the fastest to win by their strategy. On top of that, we have sequence of encounters in the game. For example, when the players enter an unexplored fast pass, the players may fall back or get stuck for many turns without appropriate equipment. From the beginning of design the game, we struggle with the two modes of play, competition and cooperation. We started by creating how we could increase the interaction between players and make it feel like a people-fun game. We begin by unifying rewards and punishments for all players and forcing them to work together on a specific emergency event and solve it together. But when we look at the cooperation process from the player's point of view and not the designer's perspective, when players fail to cooperate, we think it is straightforward for players to pass the buck and feel uncomfortable. It doesn't fit with the purpose of our game, which is to make players relax and enjoy. So we break down the game's events and design a new map for players to play with. At the same time, the cooperative mode is retained will increase the sense of competition, so that those who like cooperative games and those who are not sensitive to the game and need friends to lead them to play the game can feel comfortable and happy too.
We want players to feel a sense of achievement and joy when they make the right decision that can help them succeed in the game. Also, players may feel a bit frustrated when they make a bad decision, but we hope players can learn from the mistake and make the better choice in the next round of the game. By playing this game, we want players to know camping is fun and relaxing, but may have some potential dangers. We hope the players could build awareness of protecting themselves in the nature after playing our game. We designed the game in cartoon style and integrate some related knowledge such as what item they should bring to camping when facing some potential danger to make the game fun and educational. Additionally, At the bottom of each event card, there's an explanation of why they need this item, to help players understand the reason behind it and make it more memorable. As long as the player can develop the awareness of potential hazards in real life when they go out into the nature, our goal is achieved.
This game is simple and very easy to get started. Great for those who are interested in camping but haven't tried it yet. Ask your companions for help when you're in danger. Before you go, get a little camping experience.